Hi everyone, and welcome to this QuickBooks online demonstration showing you how to move money from your business account to for personal purposes. So here is the overall scenario. So let's say that you want to start saving and you want to transfer some money from your business account into a personal savings account. Well, as you know, QuickBooks Online, or rather within QuickBooks Online, you should only have business accounts attached to QuickBooks Online. You should never attach your personal account to QuickBooks Online. And the reason is because you do not want your personal transactions coming into QuickBooks. Because if they come into QuickBooks, that means that your personal transactions are going to hit your profit and loss statements, and they're going to hit your balance sheet, and you do not want that to happen. All right. So here's the scenario. So the scenario is you want to move money from your business account into a personal account for saving purposes. So how do you do this? All right, so what you have to do first and foremost is you have to actually go through the process of transferring that money from your business account into your personal account by either writing a check, if that's how you do it, or by going online and doing a automatic transfer from your business account into your personal account. Now, once you've done that, because your business account is attached to QuickBooks, you're going to see that transaction within the bank feed. So let me show you. All right, so let's go to our bank feed. Here is our bank feed. So let's assume that we transferred $6,500 from our operating account into our personal account. So you're going to see the transaction occur right here within the feed. So here's the $6,500 that you transferred. So now that you see it, you now want to transfer these funds to a personal draw, because this is actually a personal type transaction. So you just click anywhere on the transaction, and then you're going to click on record as transfer. Right now you want to find your draw account. So it's either called a draw account, it could be called a personal expense account, it could be called a distribution account. Whatever you decide to call it is okay. In this case, it's called a draw or a personal savings account. So we're going to go in here and we are going to look for the draw account. For some reason I'm not able to type the number in, so let me see if I could just scroll down and find it. So here it is, our owner's draw and personal expenses. So we're going to click on that. Once we click on that, we are going, you can type in what it was for. So we'll type in monthly savings. Then once you do that, you click on add. Okay, so that is how you transfer funds from your operating account into a personal account. Now, another way you can also do this is if you decide that you want to record transactions as they happen and you don't necessarily want to wait for it to hit QuickBooks. Okay, so let's say you do a lot of withdrawals and you're afraid that you might be confused about what each withdrawal was for. So then you decide that every time you make a withdrawal, you immediately want to go in and you want to create the transaction within QuickBooks, so that way when it finally does come in, okay, it matches the transaction that's already in QuickBooks. In that case, here's what you will do. So let's say you went to the bank and you deposited, or rather you withdrew $4,500. It's going to take a couple of days for this to hit QuickBooks, maybe a day or two. So what you would do once you've done that, once you've actually gone to the bank and you have initiated the transaction, you can come into QuickBooks and just click on plus. You can click transfer. And then what you're going to do is you're going to hit the drop down arrow and you're going to click on the bank where the funds were transferred from. In this case, it's from Testy Bank. And then you're going to transfer it to your personal draw account. So your owner's draw account. And then you're going to type in the amount that was transferred. And then you'll just type in whatever you want to type in here. In this case, we'll just type in monthly savings. All right, and then that's it. So it's $4,500 transferring out of your operating account into a personal, or to your personal draw. So this personal draw transaction shows up on your balance sheet. It does not show up on your profit and loss statement. It shows up on your balance sheet where it's supposed to show up. And then you're going to click on save and close. So once you click on save and close, now, oh, one other thing. Okay, so as you can see, it didn't match, right? it's supposed to match. That $4,500 is supposed to match what you see here. The reason why it didn't match is because of the date. So it's always really important to make sure that when you are creating transactions and you want them to match, make sure your dates are correct. So let's go back here and let's correct that. So we'll hit on plus, we'll go back to transfer, and then we'll go find this transaction, which was for 4,500. Here it is. So let's go ahead and date it properly because it happened in the month of February. So we're going to date it to the day that we actually did the transfer. So we did the transfer, let's say we did the transfer on February 13th is when the transfer actually occurred. Then we're going to save and close it. And then now it's going to match. So it's going to tell us that it found the transaction. Once it matches, then you can just click on match. So this is another way to do it. So the first way I showed you is doing it on the fly. The second way I showed you is doing it as it happens. For best practices, it is always best to record transactions when they happen. That way you don't forget later on what that transaction was for. So once we found it, we're going to go ahead and hit match. And that is how you that is how you move money from your personal, or rather from your business account to a personal drawer. Okay. If you want to find out about my full QuickBooks Online DIY course specifically for beauty industry professionals, click in the description and you can read what it's about. And if you're interested, go ahead and sign up for the course. All right. Thanks a lot.